what that looks like. So what does it mean to be responsible or responsible in our lives? It's when, mostly because I just keep fumbling around and making mistakes, and I think, oh, there I go again. But rather than dwell on the making of the mistake, because that really puts me in a downward spiral, and I tend to get well, down on myself. And I don't know if that speaks to anybody else, but I've been instead looking at my responsibility in the mistake that I made, and then looking for the opportunity to see where I can show up better next time. I'm looking at it more as a learning experience versus it being, you know, one more notch in my belt of something that I did that was a mistake. So mistakes are actually built in for our good. And the bigger picture is, how can I move forward and take responsibility and also mend whatever part I'm responsible for in. So when I focus on that and the outcome of, you know, building a stronger relationship with this person, or having it actually produce a better outcome, having been more introspective, then it becomes a learning tool. So it's more for me than you, but it's just what I'm going through right now and thinking about and have my mind on. So, and on our mat, we always like to practice here what's going to transpire in our life. Being responsible is to feel how our body is responding to whatever practice we're doing. And in yoga, that includes the breath work, it includes the meditative aspect and our mindfulness, and it also includes the movement. When we can feel the response in our bodies, we are better able to self-regulate. So, like today, let's just play with that. You know, what comes up for you in your mind, if it's negative or positive, and also how we handle not showing up in our best with our best effort. Now that you know that, you're going to show up with your best effort. I know you are. Our best effort is good enough too. Let's take a big soulful inhale. Standing tall, long, extend the arms overhead. So I'm just going to wiggle the side body a little bit and get deeper into this connection of extension, decompression. And we're taking a break at the end of the day to fill our soul with what it needs most. Self-care, self-love, humor, all of the above, anything that we can infuse. Let's bring the arms back down, exhale. And just with that embodiment, inhale, reaching up the vastness of the sky, taking in all that we can, and exhale, standing firmly in the ground, bringing the hands towards the earth. Inhale, overhead, earth and sky breath. Exhale down. One more time here. And exhale. Good. Just ginormous breath, and let's take a shoulder roll forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. One more powerful roll with the shoulder. We embrace and embody this body. Give a little tap, the shoulders all the way out to the hands, torso, hips, knees, and then let's start moving the knees in a circular pattern. Going to the right or left, doesn't matter. And then reverse the action. And all the way to the feet. We'll take a standing posture, hands on the waist, and then just lift the right heel, press through the ball of the foot, and then press back down all the way to the heel. Lift and press into the ball of the foot here on the second side, and then press down. Then we're going to do some flicks. So we'll come to the ball of the foot, flick your toe a couple of times. We really start, I think we do this in ballet, but it's a strengthening action for the foot. I'm actually lifting it off the floor or flicking it, so my toes are doing the effort. Pressing one more time, and then release it to the floor, and let's do the other side. So wake up, pressing the toes back so the foot lifts. It's not a lift of the foot, it's actually the toes licking. Takes a little coordination. Let's do two more. And last one. And then release it. Let's go back to the first foot and just roll through the ankle. Let's give some joint mobility love here. Let's reverse it. And the second side. And reverse that action. So we're going both directions, each foot, waking up the ankle, shoulders, body, and then come to a standing position, top of the mat. Let's take the arms high overhead. Inhale. Exhale, first forward fold of the day, a really big forward fold, or of the evening. Maybe you've already done this today. And bend the knees to get the hands all the way to the earth. It might be a smart idea if we're responding ably to our body. The body might want to take the feet a little wider. So permission to do so, whatever feels best to you. From here, inhale, and let's take the hands to the shin, possibly get more extension out of the spine. And then exhale, round it down and in, and possibly open more through the hamstrings. Inhale, let's come all the way back up to standing. Press down through the earth, palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll do a second Surya Namaskara, half, some salutation. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a tabletop with the back, sternum forward, tailbone pressing back, and then exhale, drop in and down, and we go a little bit further in. Inhale all the way to standing, really pushing through the feet. Energize the arms to the sky, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's form the shoulders up in a little bit fuller way by bringing them into a figure eight. This is some somatic movement, and we have done this before, possibly not in this class, so might be new. Just a big figure eight. So we're taking the arms in, and I want you to roll the shoulders and out, and roll the shoulders and out one more time, and then bring the arms overhead. Right here, oh, big and wide. It should be a little easier opportunity to reach up. Exhale, take the forward fold, diving forward. Inhale, step the right leg to the back edge of your mat, and gently bring the knee, or just step back, and let's keep the knee elevated here. Inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale, lift the hips. So we come into a pyramid. Inhale is a low lunge, and the exhale is a lift into pyramid. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale. I don't know about you, but as the day wears on, I get stiffer and stiffer. And then step the left leg all the way back to meet your right, and we're in a downward facing dog. Inhale, come into the top of a push-up, so a plank pose here. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Just gonna warm up the shoulders for a moment. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward, last time, hold here, keep the knees, or bring the knees to the floor, And then bring the chest and the chin here, or if you'd like to do just a regular chaturanga, that works as well. Hips come down and we all join together in a low cobra. Exhale back into a downward facing dog. Right leg lifting, inhale, hold, and roll through the ankle. So we'll just bring that right ankle around 3 circles, one direction, and then reverse the action. Take it in the other direction, stepping all the way through to a low lunge. And we'll hold this low lunge. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, extend the leg and lift the hips. Again, inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, extend the front leg to pyramid. One last time. Inhale back to that low lunge, and then you're going to push off with the back foot and step forward into tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale, let's bring it all the way back up to standing. Active stance, palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. And with the hands at the heart, press your palms together all the way to the fingertips. Make the fingertips really strong. And then draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Pull the low belly in and the sternum towards the thumbs. Lift up through the crown of the head and press down through the feet. So that's an active stance. That's where we want to be every time we come into asana. Release the arms. Exhale. Inhale overhead. Exhale. Take it in a forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg to the back edge of your mat, and we'll bring the knee to the floor this time. Inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale, come forward. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front knee. I'm pushing with the foot to straighten the leg, flex the toes, and pulling with the heel to bring it back. You could always respond to the knee's need for a blanket or pillow by offering it one, if that's what it would like to have. Last time forward, lift the knee. Let's step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale to the top of a push-up. We'll bring the knees to the floor, chest and chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time the left leg elevates, and we're going to rotate through the ankle here. Maybe 3 times one direction and then reverse the action. And then step all the way through. Bring your back knee to the floor, which would be your right knee this time. Straighten the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, bend and come forward. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, bend. This is more of a coming into a runner's stretch. And then back again. Today, we're just going to build a foundation and get to a few balancing postures, standing balance. And if we have time, we'll go into a twisting half moon. Let's come back to the center, lift the back knee and push off, step forward. Inhale. If we don't have quite the time today to build up to that, we will have it tomorrow. Exhale, round it down and in. So come all the way to standing, reach the arms to the sky, palms together, and exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time, each side, just moving very articulately with the breath. Inhale, overhead, exhale, forward fold. So very smooth transitions. Inhale, step the right leg back, and the knee's gonna come to the floor. Sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat, step all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale into a high push-up, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra. Or maybe you want to transfer that into an upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog and raise the right leg. Inhale. Step all the way through low lunge. Press your back foot forward. Inhale to Uttanasana, a half lift with a half lift. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale, push through the feet and come all the way to standing. Palms together, exhale, hands to the heart. Second side, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg steps to the back edge of the mat. Bring the knee to the floor. Inhale, all the arms come sweeping around, palms together. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Right leg meets left. Inhale to a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Knees or no knees. Inhale, low cobra or dog. So do what is responding to the body and making it able to move in a way that's promoting health and wellness. Exhale, downward dog, left leg to the sky on an inhale. Step all the way through. We're going to push off with the back foot and step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring it in and down. Inhale, let's take it all the way to standing. Bring the palms together and exhale, hands to the heart. Oh, that should get our blood going and pumping just a little bit. So we'll do something a little fun and mobile, mobilizing for the hips. And then we'll move to the balancing postures, okay? So with the hands on the waist, just a little bend in the knee. You're gonna step your right leg behind your left onto the blade of the foot. So we're just holding that stance. Front knee is bent, the back leg is straight. And then come back to center, pushing off. And the second side, so we step behind. That in and of itself is a balancing act. You're doing your best. Come back to center. Let's try the first side again. Take the foot behind. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left leg comes behind the right. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the side. As you step the feet together, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Keep that circle going to the other side as you bring the foot around and behind. You get there? Inhale, sweep the arm up, around, and to the right. Inhale, center, arm comes straight up. Exhale to the left. Do it a couple more times. Let's just get the whole energy of this movement. Comes up, around, and steps to the back. Okay, and then we're going to switch it up a little bit. Come up, around, and then take it down with a bend of both legs and touch elbow to knee. We'll come back up, sweep the arms around, and bend elbow to knee. Inhale, around, bend elbow to knee. So it requires me to bend the opposite, both knees now. Looks like I'm more in a curtsy or a thinker pose. And to the right, let's go back over to the left. Now once we have this, we're going to add on. So come back over to your right side. Hold here. We're going to touch down with the left hand on a block or on the floor. And then lift the back foot and lower. Lift the back foot and lower. Lift, lower, lift, and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot. Bring the arms back. Circle to center. And the other side. Bring your elbow to knee. Touch your right hand down. Left hand stays on the waist. Then we're going to just shift and lift the back leg. Touch down with the toe. lift the back leg, touch down back toe, lift the back leg and hold 3, 2, and 1. Lower, come all the way back up. Hands to the center and exhale. Bring the hands to your heart. So that's really close to a revolved half moon. And now we'll put it together. So coming to the top of your mat, hands to the waist, active standing, shoulders, blades on the back. We're going to zip it up through the inner thighs, Mula Bandha, strong pelvic floor lift and a tone to the low belly. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg back. Spin the heel to the floor. Come right into Trikonasana. So we'll actually straighten the front leg. We're in Trikonasana, right hand on the waist. And then a little rotation, right hip towards the floor. And then it opens to the sky. Left sit bone draws back. And then we push forward. Left sit bone back. And push forward. You try that. It's just so tiny. This is not a big movement. We're not doing it with the hip. We're doing it really with the sit bone and the stationary foot. You should be able to feel that very good. Then bend the front knee. So we're in a side angle. Left arm or right arm comes all the way alongside the ear. And we're going to lift up into a warrior 2. Arm high, really scoot. You got to use that glute, right? Reverse the warrior. And then back into a warrior 2. So we're going to hold warrior 2 and circle, big circle around the head towards the back, and then your front arm circles around to the back and to the front. Again, all the while the lower body doesn't move an inch. It's stable, so the upper body has this mobility, freedom, right? Let freedom flow is our theme for the month. One more time, reverse the warrior here, plant the right hand, left arm comes up, and then straighten the front leg. Let's come back into Trikonasana. So we shift the hips, tap the shin, lightly touching here. Hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, bring the right hand to the floor. And we're going to pivot to the ball of the back foot. Rotate it all the way around so you're looking now at the left side. Left knee is bent. We'll bring the left arm up and then give a big circle all the way around. Just going to come forward, inhale, and up, exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward, up, exhale, back and down. One more time. Plant the hands, step all the way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Now watch this a little carefully. We're going to bring the knee in, and then we're going to figure 8. So it's the knee's going to drive itself over to the left, drive itself back to the right, and figure 8 to the left and the right. Touch the elbow, and then bring it all the way back. Hip swings all the way into a 3-legged down dog. Do it again. So we just get a little used to this. Knee coming side to side, all the way back up. Give it a big circle. Last time, this time step your right leg all the way to the front of the mat. We make it. Push off and step your back foot in as well. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, drop in and down. Inhale all the way to standing. Active stance, active standing right here. Palms together, hands to heart. They're pressing into each other, shoulder blades on the back. Pelvic floor lift, tone to the quads. They're lifting the kneecap. We're anchored down through the feet. Okay, second side. And if I forget something, will you let me know? Let's see. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Left leg stepping back. Coming into a Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bend the back heel. Straighten the front leg and gently lift the hand to a comfortable position on the shin. Bring your left hand to the waist. Right here, we're going to hold the waistline. Then give a little rotation. So I'm looking at the earth. Then I'm going to turn the torso looking at the side. Rotate through the torso looking at the earth. Inhale, looking to the side one more time. Keep strength in that front leg. This is powerful, very difficult, yes. Then bend your front knee, coming into side angle. Left arm's going to reach up and over, bicep to the ear. So you can either touch down, fingertips to the floor, or bring the elbow to the thigh and give that a good extension. Power in the front leg, power in your quad and hamstring, both working in tandem. Let's come all the way back up as you press through the front heel and reverse the warrior. And come back into just a warrior two. We'll take the front arm and sweep it back in a big circle. And then to the front, it pulls us that direction. So the torso gets this nice back and forth fluid motion. The arms circling. Let freedom flow all the way out through your fingertips. From the shoulder, from the heart, out through the heart wings. One more time here. And then we'll reverse the warrior, taking the back hand to the shin, right arm up. Back, now straighten the front leg. Reach the arms out horizontally, and then we'll stretch it back into triangle. And hold, triangle, strong. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Let's bring your left hand to the floor, bend your right knee, pop the back heel up. And now I'm facing you, yes. We're raising the right arm and then mandala back. So we're making a big circle. It comes forward on the inhale and up, exhale, back and down. That's 2. 1 more time. All the way around, and then plant your right hand to the earth. Step back with the left foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. To open up the hip flexors. Exhale, downward dog. You take the left leg, and we're going to take this one for a spin. So the knee comes in. We're going to cross under and out, and under and out, and under and out, and then circle all the way back up. Let's do that again. Under, out, touch elbow, elbow, sweep it all the way up. Last time through, and step the left leg to the top of the mat. Yeah, definitely easier said than done. But we are done. So we're going to push off with the back foot, step forward, inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop in and down. And now come all the way to standing. Whew, palms together, hands to heart center. Yay. Take a breath. Shift the weight to the left leg. We're going to pull the right knee in. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's bring the hands to the waist. And let's circle, do that figure 8 again. This time the foot is leading. This is misleading in how difficult this is to stay afloat. So if you need a wall, remember, you want to respond ably to the body, to create more freedom, more flow, and then plant the right foot back to the earth. Let's take the second side. You shift all the weight, really push down with the left leg or right leg, and then give a little bend. So there's some cushion here. We're going to figure 8 the left leg. This is to just open the hip socket a little bit more. One more. And you could even tap the toe as you come around. Going to give you a little more stability, right? And then plant. That foot will go back to the first side. Give it 2 figure 8s and come into tree. We'll shift the weight to the left leg, right leg lifts. 2 figure 8s, in, out, take a hold of the knee and bring the foot all the way up. Tree. Vrikshasana. Hold steady and strong. This way, we're not surprising the hip. We're actually giving the hip some momentum to help us into this pose. Let's take it on the second side. Come out, same way we came in. Shift the weight. And we'll circle, figure 8. Twice, bring the foot in to the inner thigh. Okay, so the heel has a lot of placement options. We could start here at the groin or drop it just a little bit. So the heel's pushing mid-thigh. The heel could be below the knee or mid-calf or with the toe on the floor. There's a lot of options and opportunities to create balance and stability in your tree. And when you're ready, you'll gently float the left leg back to the earth. Give it a little shake down. Okay, so I think we're ready for a half moon revolved. Come to the top of your mat. We'll take the arms overhead. Exhale into a forward fold. We'll step the right leg back. Spin the heel to the floor. Trikonasana. This is where we'll start. Mandali arm comes all the way up. And then bend at the elbow. Bring the hand to the waist. Hold 3. Hold 2, and this should feel very familiar and very comfortable. Hold 1. We're going to bend the front knee. This is the not so comfortable, and we'll take it on adventure. We're going to shift the weight forward, plant the left hand, and raise the right leg and lower. Raise the right leg and lower, and then power it up and hold. Strong Uddiyana Bandha. That's just a really strong abdominal, lower abs cinched in, lengthening the low back. Yeah. Then from here, we're going to take the hand on the waist and turn the hip towards the floor like we did earlier. Plant your right hand down, keep the right leg elevated, and then bring your left hand. So we're transferring the response-ableness to the right hand, left leg, and then rotate. Now your back leg has to be responsible for itself, okay? If it's not doing the work, it's gonna look like this. So lift it, use that hamstring, use it, use it, use it, use it, or you lose it. Then step all the way back, and we're in a low lunge. Yes, okay, we did it. Low lunge, bring your left hand inside the left leg, and gently bring the knee to the floor. We'll circle the left arm, bend your right knee, all the way around, catch the foot. So this is one option. A second option is plant the left hand on the thigh or a block and circle the right arm to touch the foot. The third option, and some folks will really appreciate and like this one, is to actually bring your belly to the floor and then catch the foot. So the right foot, we all have a hold of the right foot. We're all stretching the quad. Oh, this just feels lovely though. This is an awesome way to really love that quadricep. Hold for 2 more breaths, a little deeper here. All the way to the heel. Let's see, or heel all the way to the hip. And you're going to release the leg. If you're in the low lunge, or if you're on your belly, come up, step the leg forward. We're back in that low lunge. And then pop the back knee up and step all the way back into a downward facing dog. Inhale into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. We're going to raise the right leg. This time we're going to bend the knee and open the hip if that feels good. Stay here for a breath or two. Okay, or you can just keep the hips square. And then step all the way forward. Back foot is going to travel in with you. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale, drop in and down. Inhale all the way to standing. Yes. Perfect. We're getting better lighting too. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, now we know where we're going. The second side will be a little bit easier. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, you come into that forward fold. Do what you can, and your body is able to manage. So step back with the left leg this time. Spin the heel to the floor. You can stay here. Trikonasana is our next move. You could stay here. Half moon is our next move. So with the left hand on the waist, you'll bend the front knee, push off, slide your back foot in, and plant the hand. Stay right here. Our next move is to lift and lower the back leg. So we just get used to using that outer rotators and also the hamstring a bit. And then our next move is to hold. You can stop at any progression. It creates more ability and stability in your body. We'll rotate the left hip towards the floor, left hand down, and we're going to swap the responsibility of the holding up to the left hand. Right hand now meets the waist. That's our next move. And we're moving with breath in gentle motions and utilizing the cooperative effort of your back hamstring to lift you. Our next move is a low lunge. So we slide the left hand back, gently bend the front knee, and land lightly in our low lunge. Did that happen? Okay, from here, bring your right hand inside the right leg. Okay, option. Bring the knee down, or to step your right foot back and lower to the ground and just stretch the quadricep. Okay, so if you were on the floor here before, that's still an option. Okay, I'll show this. The second option is in the low lunge. You'll bend the back knee, scoot off the kneecap and onto the quad. So that means dragging your back leg forward. Okay, anchor it. We're going to reach back, opposite hand to foot, or same hand to foot. So you have that option too. And let's see if we can just really open whichever shoulder is holding the foot, if you're on the ground or if you're in a low lunge. We call this monkey lunge. So we get that deeper opening of the quadricep here. Full breath in, full breath out. And we had time to do our half moon, you guys. I'm super impressed by that. Go ahead and release the leg. Both hands to the mat. Step your right leg back or press back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, our last push-up of the day, or chaturanga. So we're in a high plank. Lower down. Inhale. And Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale to Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll step to or through, feet to hands, or all the way through to a seated position. Okay, I'm just looking at the time, making sure that we're good. Good on time. So the right knee comes in. I'm going to open that up into an L figure, the Janu Shavasana. First, facing the diagonal. So walking the hands forward between the foot and the knee, and a gentle leaning out over your mat. Palms pressing into the floor. And just feel the support and security and safety. The hands into the mat. When we feel support, grounded, and safety, there's actually more freedom and creativity that our mind is able to access. So we want to create that support, sensation of feeling grounded, the sensation of I am able in all ways to show up in my life. Slowly and gently walk halfway up and turn now towards the straight leg. And then lean forward here. You'll take the opposite hand around the outside of the foot and gently press the foot forward. And then bring it down. With each breath, we're going a little bit deeper. There's no rush here. Just take 2 more breaths. And then gently, we'll come back up. We're going to keep the right foot, but just open it slightly. So it's more to the knee. And then we'll sweep the left knee around. So I'm actually in a pinwheel. So the right knee is bent and the foot connects to the left knee, which is bent behind you. You look like a pinwheel. That makes sense? And we're going to turn the opposite direction. So we're coming around. We look towards the direction our knees are pointing. Deep breath in. And I'm probably not mirroring you at this point. Exhale, let's take it forward. And then walk your hands back. Just another 1/8 of a turn. Big breath in, big breath out. Slowly return back to center. Walk the hands around. As you walk the hands all the way around to it's my left shin. I'm not sure if it's your right or left, but the knee that's behind you. You're going to hold on to the knee and the ankle and then lift up out of the spine or out of the hip socket as you press the sit bone into the earth, both of them equally. Both sit bones rooting down. Yeah. So there's some opening of the hip socket. You might feel tension, which is muscle improvement, stretching, or you might feel compression, which is bone on bone, and that's you're just hitting your edge, which is great. So hold there. We don't want to be in any painful pinching. Now let's come out slowly. So you're centered. Bring the knees back into alignment and extend the right leg now forward and bring the left foot in. We've just gone full circle with the hip rotation. We're going to face the diagonal, walk the hands forward. Leaning into this. It's just so wonderful and lovely at the end of the day. And just bow the heart towards the earth and thank the earth for her stability, her grace, And her bounty and beauty gives so much life and energy to each one of us. Let's walk back up, turn towards the straight leg. So now you're making a directional shift. The torso twists slightly towards the straight leg and lean forward. Opposite hand around the sole of the foot. Use the breath to create deeper movement. This doesn't have to be big, it's just purposeful. It doesn't matter how big our actions are, what matters is our heart and our mind, in that they're one mindset, heart set, purpose, one purpose. And then gently, let's bring that back up to center. We'll just retract the foot so it's even with the knee. And I'm going to sweep the right leg around. I'm going to turn more towards you so my ankle isn't on this hard surface, but it's on my mat. Now we're going to turn in the direction the knees are pointing us. We go right around, hello kitty, and then lean forward. And if you'd like to take that another 1/8 of a turn, that would be lovely. Big breath in, big breath out. Unwind slowly. It just feels almost too good to come out of, doesn't it? Walk the hands all the way around to your right ankle and shin. Press down through both sit bones equally. And I know that your right sit bone is going to be a little off because you might be leaning. If you're leaning a large degree, let's place a blanket underneath the sit bones or a book or some kind of a prop. So we take the angst out of the knee and you get a good settlement of stability in the sit bone. And then we just lift up through the spine. Awesome. One more breath. And release the knee. Let's unfold the right leg first. Bring the sole of your right foot to your left. And then open the knees into a Baddha Konasana, or an angle pose. We call it bound angle because the feet are together. So you'll take a hold of the ankles, gently lift through the spine, and then lean forward. I like to press the elbows into the shin. At the same time, when I take a breath in, I push the shins back up into the elbows. So it gives me some resistance. And then on the exhale, just let go of the resistance. So your elbows win out and the knees gently move to the floor. Another inhale, create the resistance. On the exhale, release it. Two more. Inhale, resist. Press the feet together. Lift the knees into the elbows. Exhale, release. Last time. That's when I start to feel my hips really release. And we'll come back up to seated. Bring the knees together and lie all the way on your back. We can lift the knees and then circle to the right, the hands supporting or on top of the kneecap. Just give it a big circle around the sacrum. And we reverse the action. There's just gentle breeze. It's supposedly 90 out here, but it feels like just the right temperature. It's beautiful. In the shade with the little breeze. And we're coming down into Shavasana. Let's hug the knees in. Exhale all the air out. Then inhale, release the knees away and set the feet gently on the ground. Hands at the hip socket or pocket. So you're bringing the palm and gently placing the palm right in the crease of the hip socket. Then press into the upper thigh, stretching the arms or strengthening the arms long and stretching the low back. Exhale, release the pressure and press the low back into the mat. Inhale, let's do that again. So the low back lifts, we press into the thighs. Exhale, low back to the mat. We have this sort of tipping action or pelvic tilt. Inhale, last time. Exhale, bring the hips or the low back down. Now inhale, tilt the pelvis, pull the heels back and down, and then lift the hips. Slide the shoulder blades underneath you so we have a good support through the shoulder girdle, and then bring the arms on your next inhale overhead. Touching down, exhale, lower the hips, and then let the arms follow suit. Inhale, lift the hips, and then let the arms follow suit. Exhale, lower the hips. Arms follow. That's just one breath. Inhale, arms lift, or hips lift, sorry. Arms follow. Exhale, hips lower. It's like this wave effect. We're just delaying the arms a little bit after the hips. The hips do the movement, the arms follow. I know it's making your brain work harder. Let's do one more time. Because we come into bridge all the time, move in tandem all the time. We're separating them, so you really do have to work hard at thinking. That's a good thing. Let's drop the knees gently to your left. Let's bring the right arm out. And a slow roll. So we're just taking a nice gentle twist. The head rolling, the head is not twisting. The neck is relaxed. The head is like a bowling ball. It could also just be stationary. We're responsible in our own body to incorporate what's the right practice for you. Bring the right knee up, left knee to it. And then release the knees over to your right side at your own time and pace. Again, really listening to what's going on here. And that's really how we own up to our mistakes and make amends. And then we actually turn into something greater because we promote the growth opportunity to its greatest degree. And in ourselves, what that means is we don't accidentally or on purpose project what the other person's responsible for. That's not our responsibility. You're our own responsibility, and the other person gets to do life in their own time, their own willingness, and their own purpose. Let's extend the legs out to the floor. Right. And if there's any posture that you'd like to take before we go into resting or a peaceful pose, you can take it. What I'm going to do is just a fascia reset where I anchor the heels. I'm laying gently on the ground, and then I'm going to just flex and point the feet with the heels anchored. The heels are not moving from the spot they're on. My calves are lifted. So when I flex and point my feet, the whole body moves. You can see my head and my shoulders. Call this a nice fascia reset. Feels super good because your body stores energy, it stores memory, it stores emotion. Just like a cat or a dog, they shake it off, reset it. And when you're ready, you can release. Relax the arms to the side and relax the feet open. And take a couple of minutes in peaceful pose, restful state of integration. What did you learn on your mat? Oh, hello, kitty. Okay. I have a friendly, okay, something like that direction. This way. Okay. This just becomes cat yoga. Oh. Let yourself more deeply release and relax. For one more minute. This might be the only time of the day or even a week that we embrace the self-care and self-love that our body needs. We can do hard things, but we don't need to make things hard. With that, take a deep breath in. And let the exhale send the breath all the way through the extremities, fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. And gently, just start to move and mobilize the ankles and wrists. As you pull the knees in and roll to one side, you give yourself a hug, an acknowledgement as well. Now, my favorite thing is just to notice how you showed up today. Notice what you brought to the table. Notice your part, your response to your ability to respond on your mat. What we put our attention on or focus on, we elicit more of. So let's take our minds off what might not be, what's not working, and shine a light spotlight on what is working, right? That's not wrong to acknowledge you're right. Yeah, and then when you're ready, upright, seated, hands to heart. Let's anchor this in today with Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, the remover of obstacles. You know, when we get to the part in our life where it just feels heavy and there's an elephant that's immovable or obstacles that are impossible, Ganesha, the elephant in the room, helps remove those obstacles that are seemingly so much bigger than we are. So we'll bring the hands palm to palm. the fingers facing away from each other, and then curl the fingers into each other. Elbows are wide. My thumbs are lifted, and you can just rest them lightly. So I don't know if I can show that from the side, but bring it into the heart. So the left back of the hand is to the heart, and the right hand palm is towards the heart. They're hooking together. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Breathe in and let it go. Can do hard things. We don't need to make the things we do hard. Bring your hands to heart center again. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. And definitely stay on if you can. Lisa here. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube.